Flyers TV is sponsored by the Bay Hotel. Yeah, Todd, pack the barn, Nottingham Panthers tomorrow. Are you looking forward to that game?
Well, it gives us a chance of a little bit of redemption. Last week was a little embarrassing. I think we haven't lost by a score like that. I think it was Edinburgh last year. We beat them soundly at home, and then we came right back, and they got us back. So no team likes losing like that. To be fair, in our assessment and stuff like that, and looking at the tape over the week, they were definitely prepared for that game. I think that they wanted it more. They outworked us all night in all areas of the game, and it was very frustrating for the coaching staff to see something like that. But Saturday's another day. We'll come out, change a few things, and we'll see how these guys respond.
How are you expecting the guys to respond tomorrow?
Yeah, they better. I mean, you guys have a few promotions going on, which is exciting. Certainly can't fault the crowds this year. We know how hungry people are for a win. It must be frustrating for them. Be great to get our first win there against a good Nottingham team. Well, great Nottingham team. But trying to instill the confidence in this team that they can play with anybody on any given night that they decide to show up and play. And now it's kind of time to put up or shut up, right? So they got to go out there and have the game of the season.
Obviously, the start of the season, we've played quite a lot of Southern Conference teams. We've only played two games in our conference. Do you wish we had more conference games up to now?
Well, look, I mean, everybody has to go through it. Maybe we've got a big portion of the very painful part of our season out of the way. I'd like to hope so. I mean, last season, I think we went on a stretch just right at this time where it was 16 games in a row we lost or something like that. It was a very frustrating time for this team. We stuck by it, and we found a way to get through it, and we were all the better for it when we came out the other side, The season's a little bit different. We've got a very similar record to what we had last year, almost exactly the same as what we had last year to this point, albeit very frustrating for the paying home support. It's basically financing this team. So, the difference between winning all your games at home and pleasing your home crowd and not winning away and disappointing our small but loyal away support, it's very different. The fans on the road have had a lot to cheer about this year. Unfortunately, the bigger picture, they haven't. So, we'll find a way around it. And these guys are a prideful bunch. There's a few things that needed to be addressed, which we've addressed this week, and a few things that needed to be changed. So we'll see how it goes this weekend. Interesting times for us. So I think in our first game last year, we scored in 8 seconds. And it just seemed to roll from there. It seemed like in a lot of our games, we went out and scored in the first minute. But that became a habit. We believed it in this room that it was going to happen. And right now, I mean, if you go back to last week's Sheffield game, and believe me, we've watched the tape and we watched the game. We're standing there for the first 10 minutes. And I know that hockey's a 60-minute game, but for the first 10 minutes, we had them on their heels. We were all over them. We had great chances. And then we go and make a pretty basic defensive error. They come down and score, and it silenced the crowd. Like you could hear a pin drop in here, And I think something similar happened in the Hull game, where we were actually playing all right. We were playing great, and then all of a sudden they come down 2 chances on net, 2 goals, and everybody was shell shocked. Didn't know what to do. Once again, silenced the crowd, and I've been here long enough to know that that's what happens, So we got to find a way to get this crowd into it, and the easiest way to get this crowd into it is to score some goals, and to score some goals early, and keep them right on top of the team. That's been a huge advantage in this building for years and years and years, and goals seem to be harder to come by than hen's teeth, but we'll get there, and these guys better start scoring some goals, and if the goals aren't going up in net, we have to realize that any defensive errors are going to cost us. So guys got to get ready for that and be ready to play for a full 60 minutes.